Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I've had a really tiring day, so I thought we might do a very chill video by my bedside bookshelf, talking about some of the books I own and going through some of the memories I have of them. On the record player right now, we've got Nocturne by the Hollywood Bowl Symphony Orchestra. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but if you do hear it, I hope you enjoy it. So, my bookshelf. As you can see, I've got some beautiful tulips here. Oh, I think my picture wanted to come along with it. They're so beautiful. I felt so bad that I couldn't get on camera the bouquet that I had last week because they were so pretty. But by the time I started filming the other day, I realized that most of them were dying. So it was kind of sad for me, but I hope you guys like this one. I thought it gives a spring vibe to my room. Oh, I love tulips. Oh, and here we've got a postcard of one of my favorite paintings. I used to keep this picture up on my wall in my last place that I used to live, but I thought the frame made it look a bit more regal, and I think it looks very nice by the tulips. I'm gonna prop it up better later. But yes, my lovely book collection. We've got a lot of books here, but I'll give a short run through some of them. Shakespeare sonnets. Obviously, we need Shakespeare sonnets. Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. It's one of my favorite books. If you're interested in philosophy, or trying to get a sense of what the meaning of life is, I really do recommend that book. I will do a video one day because I have a beautiful illustrated copy of The Prophet, so I will do that at some point. Not today though. I've also got Sir Gawain and the Green Knight here. Enid Blyton's The Sea of Adventure. I think it was in early January. I walked into Dot's Books mainly because I was escaping a crazy storm outside. It was so windy and so rainy that I had to find refuge in the bookstore, which I'm not complaining about. But I went to the children's section and I was just thinking, because it was during a rather bleak time of my life, I was thinking, why can't I go back to the time when I would read these children's books and life is just a lot more simpler? And that's kind of what motivated me to make this YouTube channel, to go back to a simpler time, not just for me, but for you guys, obviously. So yes, perhaps I'll do a video on The Sea of Adventure. Next we got, oh my god, this is my favorite book. Yeah, I think it is one of my favorite books because it is by Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl is one of my favorite poets. He's a poet in this one. He's my favorite novelist, I'd say. I used to be obsessed with his books when I was younger, especially SEO Trot and George's Marvelous Medicine. I remember I watched the film Matilda about 1,000 times because the place where I used to get my school uniforms, they had a little TV and they would play Matilda every time they were open. So it would just play on a loop and I used to just sit there and watch it, and then you'd go back home and then it's on the TV, and of course I had Matilda on DVD. But I was crazy about that book. So when I was a bit older, my mom gave this to me. It is his book for, and I quote, for older children and almost certainly adults as well. Vogue said it's viciously funny and at times distinctly risque. So yes, this is definitely one of my favorites because it taught me that poetry doesn't have to be serious. Poetry doesn't have to be dense and morose and gothic, you know? And guess when I learnt that lesson? When I was 21, okay? I started writing poetry when I was 14, and it took me years to realize that I don't have to write miserable poems all the time. I can take a break from that and write more risque poems like Roald Dahl. So yeah, I think even as we get older, we need to keep on reading children's books and children's poems and just things that are very lighthearted, because if you're taking life seriously, then like, what's the point? What are you doing? It took me a long time to learn that. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a long time to just let loose and not take life so seriously. But yeah, this is one of the books that helped me realize that.